Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today? As you can see, Tank there, you know, the newest member, recruit's not really the right word there. What's the word? Newest resident, there we go, of Fawnhollow, who moved in just yesterday, who we can finally speak to, and of course, want to get his portrait, want to befriend him, and then we'll send him on his way, if I want to put it in the most callous way possible, which I guess is kind of what I'm doing, but, you know, it sounds a lot worse when you say it that way, doesn't it? Anyway, Isabel, save me. Hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 5:24 PM on Thursday, September 30th, 2021. Nothing to really say today, so we'll go about our usual business. I will say... nothing apparently, because I just absolutely choked. But, what's that noise? Do you hear that? Was that my wire slamming? It's really cold here in England right now. Or UK probably in general, but I'd always imagine Scotland's kind of cold most of the time anyway. And Wales is... it kind of depends where you are. Also probably cold. I'm not really an expert on the climates. The climates aren't too different. Well, I guess Scotland and the Highlands is kind of different. Okay, that wasn't really my point. Basically, it's kind of cold right now, is the long and short of it. It's so cold, I've had to put like an underlayer on my jumper. Well, not on my jumper, under my jumper. Because it's really cold. I'm wearing like it's not really a thermal, to be honest, but it's from Uniqlo. It's got that thermal like heat tech technology. I've got two of them. I've got one like I've got this grey one, which is like a thinner one, for is when like I need a little bit more warmth, and I've got a white one, which is a thicker one for when it's like really cold, and it's like what I wear to much colder countries, like in Iceland. I always had it as like an undershirt, I suppose, under tee. I don't really know, but yeah, it's just really cold. I'm also I've got like a blanket on my lower half, over top of my leggings. You might be like, why don't you just wear something over the top of your leggings? I know where my jogging bottoms are, so you know I'm just using a blanket instead, which is fine most of the time. It's just surprisingly cold. Hold on, what's the temperature right now? Let us see. Our current location, if Google Weather app ever loads. Recently it's not been loading for me. 15 degrees, so that's not actually that cold. It just feels super cold. And it's mainly because I learned about this before. It's like I read something about this. It's something to do with the fact that in UK at least, like there's more moisture or something in the air. It's a very sort of not humid atmosphere, but because of more moisture in the air makes a specific heat capacity higher. So more heat is more a bigger energy requirement to change temperature or something, which makes things feel cold. But yeah, and also because you know don't have the heating on right now, it's not quite cold enough to put the heating on. It's always a big sort of puzzle here living in the UK. When is it going to be cold enough to put the heating on? When instead of like you know just putting on more layers, and it's going to come to a point where it's like I'm wearing too many layers for it to be reasonably feasible. Of course, you don't want the heating on all the time, because you know that. One, waste energy, and two, also cost money to do so. We don't have electric heaters. We have like these water radiators, which I'm pretty sure is standard. I don't know if it's standard across the world, but what you know what's interesting probably to think about is like what do radiators look like across the globe? How do they act differently? Because I'd imagine they're different. Like I'm trying to think if in like China and Japan I ever saw like a water-based radiator. I don't think I ever did, and imagine because it's quite difficult. Maybe to get the plumbing all up for like tall sky-rise buildings. But now I'm saying it out loud. They still have indoor plumbing, so of course that really can't be the reason why. Maybe it's just cheaper, I don't know. But it's very common for UK houses at least. We never actually looked at our Nook Mile missions, we should probably do that. Deep sea diving, fish, wardrobe, flowers. Okay, that's not too bad a compliment. Excuse me, Joy-Con Drift. I was scratching my face and you decided to take me out of the water. Yeah, oh my god. The Joy-Con Drift. It's surprisingly cold. I went to sleep a couple of days ago and was like, oh, it's pretty chilly when I'm actually going to sleep, you know. Normally, like, I'm still basically wearing my summer style pajamas. It's just a tee with just an oversized t-shirt, which is fine. It's just kind of cold once you start getting to winter months. Like I always feel like there's a bit of like a seasonal lag, I suppose, between especially how I dress and how the weather is, you know. Like it happens when, especially going from winter into like spring into summer. I'm basically wearing like my autumn or winter clothes for as long as possible until I'm just like, you know, it's actually kind of too hot to also be wearing a coat / a sweater outside. So maybe I should stop doing that. And now I've got And there's not as much lag the other way because I don't have nearly as many summer clothes as I do winter and autumn clothes. But still, it's like, you know, I'm wearing like t-shirts or something back home, like, you know, not as many layers, and I'm just suddenly like, you know, it's getting cold. Time to put on my layers a bit more, you know. But perhaps it's more like I need to pay attention more to the seasons, if anything. So yeah, it's basically kind of cold. Is kind of it, I suppose. So it's been quite cozy, I suppose, sort of being by my computer. Like, I got my own radiator, that's my computer, which, you know, is not actually a radiator. It does get kind of warm when I'm playing some games and that sort of thing. But yeah, apart from that, it's just been a chilly autumn day. Not quite into winter months yet, but, you know, we're getting there. I think that's enough underground mission, it is indeed. What's been going on today? New shiny colours banner dropped. Limited visual Hinana. Did I get her? I did get her within 100 pulls, which was actually quite fortunate. Quite lucky, to be honest. So I'm glad of that. I can almost pull off a visual Nocturne. I'm just missing Pool and Koito 2. That doesn't make any sense to you, but just you know, just be excited. You know, share the excitement with me. Be like, yeah, woo. How was Biscuit? He loved it probably. I don't remember. I don't remember what you gave him, to be honest, but I'm sure it was all good. Let's take off his wetsuit. Probably shouldn't have worn it inside your house. And don't really want to ruin your carpet. Well, you don't have carpets, floorboards, I suppose. What's this? King Salmon model. I forgot we gave that to CJ. So my hands are quite like perpetually cold right now, and normally to warm them up, I sort of just like sit on them. Because, you know, body heat's pretty good. Or if possible, I put them under my armpits or in the knees. Not in the knees, sorry, like under the knees? Between the knees? Like in both sense, like between both knees and also like in the joint part of the knee. I don't know, I'm not really sure how you describe that. But, you know, you can't really do that if you're also trying to simultaneously use a computer at the same time trying to type. You can do some programming or whatever, but there you go. Yeah, so what I've been up to today, you know, as I say, did a bit of programming, did a bit of playing some games as per usual. Just my usual route in my daily routine and my gacha games. I've also actually recorded Talos Principle today, which is the first episode I think I've recorded since I've had the massive backlog. So I hadn't played Talos Principle for like 3 weeks, I think. Like I tried to check like when I last got an achievement. Like when I last logged on, but I already opened the game by that point, so it didn't really make sense. But I last got an achievement on the 10th. And today's the 30th, so that's like 20 days of not playing. Because I've just been playing Life is Strange and recording that. I will say, the latest episode 18 of Talos Principle, is 30 gigabytes in size. What? Probably because of like the particle effects going on. I'm assuming it's because like some like the bitrate just went, and that just made Talos Principle just get an astronomically large file size. It's uploading right now. But episode 17 has in fact been uploaded. Okay, what are we setting? We're setting you. And we're keeping rest as gifts to give out to Phoebe and potentially Tank when available. We'll take our leave. Is this even uploading? I don't know. Hold on. I can't even tell if this episode 18 is uploading or not. So, you know, I want to do it now because otherwise it's not going to upload, to be perfectly honest. Where's episode 18? Here it is. Yeah, 31.5 gigabytes. Why is it so big? I don't know. It's probably going to take about 4 hours or something to upload, which is still reasonably fast, but that's like or in like a whole string of things, that's a long time. And normally these are the sort of things you want to keep uploading overnight, but the problem is I sleep in the same room that my computer's in, and I don't want my computer whirring away at night time. Well, to be fair, I can go to sleep even when there are noises going on. It's just more like if I set up in a different room, that'd probably be a better. What are you wearing, Raymond? Thing. Yeah, so I recorded some Talos Principle. It went fine. Nothing particularly amazing, but I did it all right. I watched some videos. Mainly, there's a video from 8-Bit Music Fairy, who is a YouTuber I follow, released today. I didn't actually watch that one, amusingly, for some reason. Or did I watch it? I can't remember. What was the one that was uploaded today? I don't think I watched it, but I saw it, and sometimes, you know, I'm just like on a bit of an urge. I like the videos. 8-Bit Music Fairy, extra credits, New Animation Plus, whatever it's called. I'm like, oh, these are good videos. I like things which analyze these sort of things. And I was like, oh, I haven't checked out 8-Bit Music Theory for ages. So I just sorted by his top videos. And I was like, okay, which one should I watch? And when I saw it, I saw Baka Mitai is an absolute banger or something. I think that's what the video is called. And I was like, Baka Mitai is a banger. So let's listen to the analysis of it. Now, I have some musical background knowledge. It's just like not astonishing by any stretch of your imagination. It's it should be better than what it is, because I've done grade 8 on piano, and I can't remember if I did grade 6 on violin or if I only did grade 5. My memory is actually just like, I think I did grade 6. No, I think I only did grade 5, now I think about it. And I played in orchestra, a school orchestra for a while, but you know, I haven't done that for a while. You know what, maybe I should play some more piano today. Or some piano, I haven't played for ages. You know, I found a piano arrangement of ID Smile, my favourite Vocaloid song, a couple days ago. Maybe I should just learn that, you know, because my keyboard's sort of been sitting out untouched for quite a while now. This is perhaps the opportunity I can really use to make it shine. Let's figure out where to put this King Salmon as well. We need to put it at a river mouth, which is going to be a bit weird, because there's no river mouth up here. The closest river mouth we have is over here, but that doesn't really make sense, does it? I guess we can put it down there, but no, we're just gonna put it. I guess we could put it here. How big is it? It's probably quite small. Never mind. It's quite big. Hold on. Let's put it down first. What is tiny? It is actually minuscule. That is the smallest thing I've ever seen. I guess we could put it by the waterfall, which is somewhere over here. But anyway, Baka Mitai, if you don't know, is a song from the Yakuza series. It's like a karaoke song. It's like some very heartfelt ballad about someone singing about someone they love far too much to be good for them, that sort of thing. But you know, there's implications of it being unrequited love, or like a love that could never be. I don't know, all sorts of implications, you know. And it's, if you somehow don't know it, I'm honestly kind of surprised, because it's been memed to heck and back. You probably seen, if you haven't seen it, just like Baka Mitai into YouTube or something, you've probably seen like people do these what's it called, like AI sort of thing, where they like animate someone's face, whatever, using like a sort of weird puppetry system to make it look like they're singing along to Baka Mitai. And people just dump it for like anybody, basically. It's very amusing, I must say. I don't really know how it works particularly, but it's very interesting. I'm curious about it. But anyway, Baka Mitai is actually just like an absolute banger of a song. Because I dame da ne, da 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 dame yo, suki da. I can't remember the lyrics. Suki da, something. I don't know. It's basically this heartfelt Japanese ballad, which feels so very over the top, because I believe in the game is sung by like some crime mafioso. Not mafioso, I guess that would be an Italian term, a Yakuza member. I don't know what the tiers of Yakuza members are, but it's a very interesting sort of contrast, I suppose, to the themings of a game, but with much more darker and aggressive themings of a game compared to the very sort of spirited and carefree ballad of a song that is Baka Mitai. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's super catchy, and then, you know, 8-Bit Music Theory did a good analysis on it. From as far as I can tell, they seem to have broken it down well. What makes it good, and what makes it catchy, what makes it unexpected, or what makes it well executed as a musical performance. Does this access our storage, or no? I don't understand why they changed these furniture items to be wardrobes instead of storage space, because it used to be you can use wardrobes as storage. Not wardrobes, sorry, like dresses and that sort of thing. I understand changing wardrobes, that makes perfect sense, to be honest, but we already said hi to Audie, I believe, today. I don't understand why the cooler needs to... Why the cooler is a wardrobe? Is this a bit of a weird thing to try and wrap your head around, isn't it? Oh, you're chatting to each other, very close to each other, I might add. Hey Tank, so you're always working out. I gotta ask, why? Huh? Why do I work out? To get shredded abs, obviously. Sure, but after your abs are shredded, then what? Ha, I don't think anyone's ever asked me that. Right, so hang on. Oh, barbells. I don't know. I sounded really posh. I didn't mean that. What am I doing? Why am I planking? What are all these crunches for? Dear, you gotta help me. Why am I blasting my abs? Why? To impress us. Hey, don't look at me. To impress us. I am. I am. Why be so mussy if you don't shirt off right? That's why my shirt's so tight. SMH. That shirt's tight, alright? You sure your brain's getting enough oxygen? Just weird. What a strange situation all around. Yeah, so Baka Mitai is just a bot. I'm not sure why it's been memed as much as it has. I guess it is because of a weird juxtaposition. Not like weird as in like this is a bad storytelling thing. It actually seems kind of fun. Bear in mind, I've never actually played any of the Yakuza games, so probably it's not my place to judge. But isn't it weird why that game in particular, like, popped off so much as a central meme for people to like not riff on? I suppose you don't really riff on it, but I don't know. It's just a bit strange, unexpected, one might say. But it is a very good song, and I remember. I'm trying to remember what I remember from the video, which is not actually all that much, but the general idea being that there's a lot of unexpected like twists and turns, I suppose, in the song that catch you off guard, I suppose, because musically you'd expect something, but then they just like shake it up by being like, ooh, bet you didn't see that coming. Sucker punch, sucker punch. Yeah, musical sucker punch, I should say. And it's pretty cool to see that sort of thing broken down. I mean, like I can follow some, like I can follow literally what they're saying, I suppose. Like I don't have any difficulty comprehending it English wise, and it's just like, of course, I can't make associations with musical terms a lot of times. Like I understand kind of what like a like I know what like the key signatures are, and I know conceptually chord theory and that sort of thing, but it's like I don't really know what they're used for. I don't know some of the deeper chords. Like I know what a C major is, I know the tonic chord, and I remember the notation. I just can't remember some of the names, some things. But then like there's a lot of other things like sus chords or like augmented chords and diminished chords, and I can't really remember what those even mean. But that's not really the main point. The main point is like that. I guess that part's kind of only important if you're one creating music, but if you're one just sort of experiencing it and just trying to understand why it sounds this way or why it invokes certain feelings, that channel 8-Bit Music Theory does a very good job at sort of breaking down the experiences you feel between them. It's like, why does this music sound so strange? Or why does this part catch you off guard? It's like, why does this part sound so dramatic? It's because like, oh, it's like a key signature change or something like that. And the interesting part of it had at the beginning is because every key signature has like a relative major and a relative minor key signature. So key, which uses the exact same key signature but with just like one different augmented note, I suppose. Don't take what I say like with a pinch of salt, because I'm probably not explaining it the best, because I am not an expert in these sort of regards. But basically the key of a piece is a little ambiguous with the first like 8 bars or so. Like it's got the key signature of either G minor or B flat major, if I remember, which is 2 flats, B flat and E flat. But in G minor I guess you also have F sharp technically, but that's not represented in the key signature. Is that true? Hold on a minute. How do scales work again? G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat. By the way, the note I'm saying is not the note I'm singing. I don't have perfect pitch. I don't know what it is. E flat, yeah, F sharp and G. If F sharp is part of the minor key signature, why isn't it in the key signature? Is it? I've never really thought about that before. Hold on, let's think about this. C or C minor. C minor is 3 flats, right? E flat. Wait, what's G minor? Has nothing. Has no incidentals in the key signature, but you still go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, right? When you play the harmonic minor. I guess it's because it's not a melodic minor. I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot we had a couple shooting stars yesterday. So I'm getting too deep into the music theory, which I don't properly understand. So you know, probably should stop thinking about it. Anyway, it's ambiguously either G minor or B flat major, and you know the first chord which is played is like based off G minor. So then you know you listen to it and you're like, oh, this is very firmly G minor. at the start of this like part. But then like the parts that follow up in the middle are parts which all reinforce the idea of it being B flat major rather than G minor. So there's sort of like a interesting ambiguity. And the ambiguity makes it start out sounding like a very deep, like dark and depressing song. Has, I guess, rejuvenates it with like a little tidbits of hope of that sort of thing, a little bit of a positive spin before resolving back to G minor again, which is very interesting. And then I think the key changes from G minor to G major at some point in the da me da ne part, which is why that part is so meme-worthy. It's so dramatic, it's so over the top. And you know, I should probably not talk about this as much as I do, and just be like, go watch a video, because he describes it far better than I ever could, because you know he actually knows what he's talking about, and I'm just spouting random nonsense. But it was really an interesting watch, and honestly, the major thing it accomplishes is it got what's it called? I just literally Baka Mitai. It got the song stuck in my head. Baka Mitai, if you're wondering, it means like a fool. Baka meaning like an idiot, a fool. You hear it all the time in anime, I'm sure, and Mitai being like akin to or like a, as of. And it's all about singing their like this person how he can't stop loving the person they love just like a fool. The fool's errand, this unrequited love. And you know, I suppose part of the reason I like it so much is, as I say before, I like these sort of like sentimental sounding songs. These are songs of like tinges of sadness and stuff. I think my favourite songs are always happy songs with sad tints to them, or sad songs with happy tints to them, you know? Melancholy, as you might describe it, if you wanted to describe it in a much more accessible way than my weird sort of analogies. They're sort of stitched together, but I don't think we had any selling ones. Like selling missions for Nookmar points. So let's go get another Nookmar ticket. It's like stretch. You know what an exciting thing is? We're nearly into October, so we're near one step closer to heaven, baby, means one step closer to the Animal Crossing Direct. There's a bit too many words to start in there, but I busted out my rap god skills. I will say, I was drinking some like Yakult earlier, and which is some like, I don't even know what it is. It's some like not antibacterial, like bacterial based yogurt kind of drink. I don't know, really, but it's meant to be good for your gut, that sort of thing. So I'm drinking, I suppose. It's not like my gut's the best thing in the world. I accidentally spilled it on my hair, and you know, I rinsed my hair out of water. I'm gonna have a wash later probably to probably clean my hair, but every so often I sort of just get like a whiff of Yakult around me, and I'm like, this is very annoying. Yeah, so back in me time, what more can I say? Will I ever play the Yakuza games? Maybe. I can see it happening in the future. Put that like under a mark under when I start, if I start streaming, it'll be one of the games I'll try out. Because as I say, I want to play games that people have played before on the Twitch streams, or maybe I don't. I don't know. It's amusing that I'm getting the most success when it comes to games that most people have played before, with the exception being Bug Fables, I suppose. Because you know, Life is Strange True Colors has been going on for a while. I was pretty hyped for it. It's a super new release. No one's watching the series when I play it, which is fair enough. I've got to chalk it up to either like tons of people already playing this game, so you know I'm sort of getting buried in the masses, and also hold on, it's not what I want to customize. I want to customize this, and also quite possibly I'm just not very interested when I'm playing story games. I'm not as quippy as witty as other people, or they do other things, but my strength lies in the puzzle games, you know. And I talked a little bit about this on the Talos Principle one. Was that I'm surprised people actually like it so much as they do, because I was like, it's such an old game. People have played it through before, but they're like, not many people have actually played with Talos Principle and made a let's play of it. So it's cool to see someone else do it, and you know, people are just like, I kind of like watching you do it because you're actually kind of good at the game, I suppose. I'm like, great. Like my top videos in the last 48 hours, I gotta say, Talos Principle #1, #2, #3 is still Bug Fables. When the world is Defiant Rootmate and Tidal Worm Upstream Mountain. That one, those two, plus there's another Bug Fables one which is really popular because people always search them, because it's like, I don't know how to access this these parts of a game or whatever. And you know, I guess my results are the first ones which come up in Google when you try and search it. Why am I back in here? I don't remember. Oh, it's changing a wardrobe. Bug fables, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle. Bug snacks, weirdly. Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle. I've got nothing to say. Talos principle is just killing it right now. To be fair, Celeste is on like it's on a big wind down compared to usual because like there's no point in watching Celeste anymore because it's basically it's not no point in watching. It's just like it's very near the end and you know series tend to die out the longer they go on for. I'm just shocked that no one cares about Life is Strange. People didn't even care about the drawing of it, and I was like, oh, this is my favourite thumbnail art I've ever done. So you know what? That's a benefit. You know, I like Bug Fables because it's my most popular series, I suppose, and I like my Let's Play of Bug Fables because it's my most popular series, and I like my Let's Play of Life is Strange True Colours not only because I enjoy the game, but because I've created my favourite thumbnail art I've ever done for it. Let's see. Bug Fables, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle, Bug snacks, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle, Talos principle, Bug snacks. Why this episode? I don't know. Talos principle, Celeste, and Animal Crossing, the Vanity Mirror one. Don't know why that one's still so popular. And Bug snacks, Talos principle, Animal Crossing, Bug snacks, Life is Strange, True Colours. There it is. Just like number 15th on the list or something. I was like, the fact that Bug snacks is still up here is incredible as well. I guess it's more a little bit of a peek into what people like. Why is water slides up here? What, the Animal Crossing one? I've got no clue. Blue's Clues is up here. Genshin Impact is up here. I've no clue why. To be fair, people aren't watching them for very long, so clearly there's just people searching Blue's Clues or Genshin Impact and being like, hey, we've just got nothing to do with it. What can I do in 3 minutes? I'll probably catch bugs and chop wood. Life is Strange, thumbnail art for True Colours. Average percentage viewed. To be fair, the Life is Strange True Colours thumbnail art, that's 52%. That's a good amount compared to the others. The average seems to be around 18% or something. Oh, 18.8%. That was a good subconscious reading. What about in the last 90 days? It's going to be Bug snacks. Talos principle is up here. That is astonishing. People love the Talos principle, which is crazy because it's such an old game. You would have thought people have sort of moved on from it by now. Bug Favors on here. Bug snacks is on here. Episode 6 of Little Nightmares is on here. I understand why episode 1s are often on here because it's often the most popular. Because people like to watch the start of a series, and watching later episodes of a series feels like you need to invest in watching the early ones to begin with. I don't know. It's wild. Well, if people find the Tidal Worms Upstream Mountain one helpful, I'm glad, to be honest. Details, no, analytics. Let's see, people will just watch as one part. But, you know, it gets likes, and, you know, that's what it's all about. It's helpful, which is why I kind of want to do more tutorial. Or any, I suppose, tutorial, like, based videos, I suppose. And Babba's you. It's only an idea right now, but eventually I'll get started on that once I can figure out how my schedules, I suppose, line up. There's too many things I want to do. It's always a difficult part. 8% of his Talos Principle has been uploaded. I'm going to have to interrupt it to upload his Animal Crossing one, to be honest. There should be a 5th bug. Or maybe a 4th, I don't know. People just don't care about Life is Strange. People love the Talos Principle, my word. Life is Strange is actually probably one of the least watched series on so far. Probably down there with Snakebird and A Short Hike, which is astonishing, being such a new game. But I'm pretty sure it's just because it gets drowned out by a load of tons of people are playing this game. And mine is not all that interesting, I suppose, compared to others. Another comment on this one. Oh, that's my comment. Feels bad. That's just weird to think about. Talisman. How many views does the first Talos Principle have? It's got to be up there. 96. Surprisingly high. Who knew? But yeah, I guess we're about behind the scenes. Basically, back in Mitai. Go listen to it if you haven't. I'm gonna get it stuck in your head. Dame yo, son dame yo. Anta ga suki da sugite. Something like that. I don't know, we'll round this up episode of it. It's gone off rails. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join the Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Hello. Bye bye for now.